So we were talking in between parts, and Greg, you have some explaining to do.
Yes. All right. So the basis of today's part. Put down Harry Potter first. I know you'll get back to it in a second.
Nah, I'm actually all
anywhere.
Harry Pottered out. So.
Okay, well, thank God. No. So yesterday, my uncle made a tier list of fruits, and I was with them for a bit until I saw bananas on the D tier. And I have to ask, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
Greg, did you slip on a peel as a kid in front of everyone in lunch?
I just like, do we have the? I don't have the tweet. I don't have the list on STEM. Do you have it, Ted?
Hold on a moment.
First one that was
Yeah, I
looking
think
at
I still have it up. I can. Oh, nope. I closed
just-
it. Never mind. It's gone forever now.
I will go to my profile, go to tweets and replies because I didn't even like the tweet.
Oh wow!
That's how much it sickened me.
Oh wow!
But I did respond to it. And I reacted and discussed. I was like, bananas D tier. What are you, high? That sort of thing. But it's like, bananas are not D tier. Bananas are good for you. They're good for your diet. Got potassium. And they just taste good. I mean, granted, they're kind of like the worst fucking fruit ever in the world if you let it get too spotty in that or some shit. But it's also
That's like every fruit. If you let any fruit go
that
bad,
goes for every fruit. It's like,
they're bad. Like,
I can see like it being too different to really appeal to someone who's into fruit, like because a lot of fruit has more of a sharper, sweeter, tartar taste.
like tangy.
Yeah,
sort of
whereas
feeling.
bananas are very mellow. So there's a different appeal to a banana than to most other fruits. But
Like, what is your favorite fruit? Starting with you, Ryan.
Apple.
Does it matter which kind, or is it just like apple in general?
In general, I prefer a little bit more of the tarty kind compared to the overly sweet kind.
Honey Crisps are my favorite apples, next to Granny Smith, because I like the tart taste of Granny Smith.
I'll be honest, I don't eat fruit enough to have any strong feelings about any particular one.
yeah, I'm kind of a fruit snob, honestly. Like, it needs to be in really good condition, or I won't eat it. So, like, this is actually a running thing with me when I was growing up. Like, you know how, like, you go to your cafeteria at school, and there'll always be this, like, this bowl of really tiny, squishy apples, or, like, half brown bananas, or
Yes.
moldy grapes.
Well, maybe it's just wax.
And your mom...
You didn't know
and
that, but you bit into
my
it
mom
anyway.
would be like, Ted, why don't you eat the fruit at school? It's good for you. And I'm like, have you looked at it? Would you eat that? Would you willingly...
It's covered in syrup.
Would you put that willingly into your mouth?
You just wait another 5 years until I have a cell phone camera, and then I'll show you exactly why I don't eat the fruit at school.
Like, some of these, like fruit cups especially, like, growing up, it's like, this shit is drenched in this sort of preservation syrup that it doesn't taste like apple anymore. It doesn't taste like oranges anymore. This tastes like capitalism.
Oh, man.
All food tastes like capitalism. You just taste it more with the really cheap fruit cups. So, like, okay, when I say I don't eat fruit that much, what I really mean is when you get right down to it, I'm a carnivore. I eat meat, and there isn't a lot of meat that goes well with any kind of fruit. So I tend not to have fruit. Sometimes I'll throw in something vegetable-based, but
I mean,
sometimes.
some people think pineapple goes with, like, hammy type stuff. I'm not really about that, but...
well,
like,
I mean, I actually agree
I don't
that
like
pineapple
in general. So
I actually agree that
man.
pineapple goes with ham. I just don't like ham, so...
Thank you. Okay, God, every time I say I'm not a fan of ham, people look like me at me like I've got 3 heads.
I would say it depends on the ham and how it's prepared.
No, I've never had ham I've
I get like you get one of those because to me I love smoked ham, like smoked ham, spiral ham.
what about steamed?
Like, don't give me the fucking ham in a sardine can. I'm not about that shit. It's not even ham. It's just corned beef and some other shit.
It's Spam.
But yeah, it's Spam. It's basically a giant can of Spam. But pineapple. But see, pineapple's my favorite fruit. Like, to me, that is S+ tier fruit.
Yes,
I can eat that by itself. It doesn't need to be with anything.
Yeah,
Pineapple
too stringy
hates
and
you.
and too citrusy. Yeah, it literally eats you.
I
if you have
like
too much of it.
It helps. Well, first off, it's great for weight loss because it helps digest food in your stomach. And the whole thing about it eating you is, look, you gotta eat a lot of fucking pineapple for that to matter.
You do.
Like
You
in a
really
single
do.
day. Yeah, so it's like, come on.
If you
stop being a coward.
if you have
Put
enough
the pineapple in your
pineapple
mouth.
for it to be a danger to you, you've got other problems.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like
The only thing,
might be
the only
able to
good thing pineapple is for is shoving up Hitler's ass in hell.
That's right. I was talking about Little Nicky too last week.
But,
It also inevitably devolves into the now quite tired pineapple on pizza debate.
Yeah,
It
I agree. That's why I just like talking about pineapple like individually. I just love pineapple, but I'm also really picky with pineapple. Like to me, the best place to get pineapple, unfortunately, is Whole Foods. But it's Whole Foods.
Oh, so you're
and-
paying $17 per pineapple?
Yes,
Jeez.
yes.
You'd think Amazon, now that they own the place, could lower the prices a bit.
Lol, nope.
no,
that
that's
just
exactly
means
why.
that they
You just
have
like-
more excuse to raise them.
You know, when I was working at Amazon, and I can say this like with absolutely no fear that it will affect my future job prospects because I am ineligible to ever be hired at Amazon again. But like, when I was there, like sometimes they would at like the staff meetings or whatever, they'd talk about how they made this new acquisition in like the truck delivery sector or Whole Foods. I think I was there when they bought Whole Foods. I'm not sure. And they'd be talking about it like it's this great victory, and it's like, okay, first of all, I'm a warehouse peon. Why do you think I'm going to celebrate you getting richer? But like,
Because when I win, everybody wins.
No,
like
no,
at
you
that
don't.
point, though, I couldn't help but wonder what the point of gaining more stuff was, because like, you're not creating more jobs. You're just buying up the other places that made more jobs.
And consolidating it into your business, so now there's less jobs.
You're already making more than enough money.
Oh, no, Lewis,
why do you
that's,
need to buy
that's,
stuff that like that makes you more? Why not leave some for the other people on this planet? You know.
Lewis, you see, that's where your crucial mistake was, is that there's never enough money for these people, you know? It's just like, yes.
No, but like, in order to support owning and running a bigger company, you just need more executives. So, at the same rate that you're like increasing the income the company makes, you're spreading out who that income goes to. You need more executives and more investors and more people to take that money. So it's not even like the person who started it all is substantially increasing their own income. I don't understand what the end goal of it is.
To make more money. That's
like-
literally the only
I think it's
goal.
just make more money.
No, but that's just what I said.
You know, you're
you
still making more money because you own everything.
You personally are not like
I don't know.
substantially.
Have you looked at Bezos? Isn't that
Bezos, yes, but like all of that is an investment, and like the people actually running the place, deciding like who buys what and why. When they end up doing that, they just wind up spreading the income that they gain out across more investors and more executives, and at that point, it's like there comes a point where I just think at that point it's like if the only result is that you're spreading out what you gain, why are we chasing these gains?
So you can have more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Also, it's also
As simple as disappointing as it is.
Also, as an aside, that you have to talk about the game elevator section.
Oh, you see, it is a 90s
Oh,
beat 'em
man.
up.
Nice.
I feel like it was so valuable to return to the topic at hand. I guess diminishing returns is my issue, though.
There is never.
As long as money is to be made, they will do it.
Yeah.
People are evil.
Even if they don't need it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like they're not even thinking too much about that part of it, though. It just seems like we're so wrapped up in the culture of big business good that we try to make businesses bigger without thinking about what we're actually achieving by doing that.
Bigger numbers.
Because like there is a value to having big businesses. There's an upper limit to its usefulness, but having big organizations that provide a lot of employment is itself theoretically at least helpful to the kind of society that we live in now, and I'm talking more in the sense of a dense population than a capitalist one. But at the same time, I'm just like, this is like, are you guys even thinking about that? I don't think
no,
you are.
and that's the problem.
I don't think you are. It's like, why is it such a big victory for you to own more delivery trucks? Why not just let the delivery companies be delivery companies? You know, but okay. But at least I said all that with fewer adverbs than Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
You said we were done with
There
that.
it is. I was waiting for it.
Okay.
Speaking of, does the Amazon video game thing still exist? Whatever it's called.
The gaming
MMO
service?
thing.
Oh yeah. It's just basically just a streaming service. So yeah.
What's it like, Stadia and that sort of shit?
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
it like it's older than Stadia, like, but
Well,
I'd be surprised. If it's still around, I'm surprised to hear that because
They're basically just integrating their digital gaming landscape to work with Amazon Prime. You know.
yeah.
And you know, I'm not objecting to that.
I guess my thing is that I just don't understand the appeal of it when, in order to even do like cloud gaming, you still need a dedicated machine to do it. So it's not like the same sort of
You need
like
less
impulse appeal of watching something on Netflix, you know.
You need less immediate hardware, but the advantage to having a streaming service connected to a PC is that you can also make it a download service. So, like, Xbox Game Pass has a lot going for it. I think it's a good service.
Yeah, no, that's why, but I don't have a problem with Xbox Game Pass necessarily. Honestly, it's like probably if you just want to play video games and you don't care about owning any of them,
It's the best rental service out there.
yeah, like basically,
Essentially, yeah.
like if you only care about like, honestly, like if somebody had
you
never
play a
played
game,
video
you play
games
it through-
before, I would be like, buy an Xbox and then get the Game Pass, and now you can play all the video game you could ever want, you know. But like, yeah, I don't see Amazon doing particularly well on that when you have to buy another box for it, when the whole business model of streaming stuff is I don't need to buy
You
another
don't need
box
to
for that.
buy another box for it. You can do it on your PC.
I guess that
Well,
makes sense.
at that point, it's get Steam and Game Pass.
Yeah. But, like, there's also PlayStation Now, so it's not like it's the only streaming service out there that's active right now.
I guess I'm just wondering why Amazon hasn't taken over video games too, because it just feels like it's a matter of time.
Well, it's because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, but that didn't stop
they
them from
tried-
taking
they-
over
they-
everything else.
Eventually, though, they will hire someone
Well,
that
I
does
mean,
know what they're
Amazon
doing.
doesn't much make their own stuff. They are, at heart, a retailer. Most of the stuff you buy on Amazon is stuff that you're buying through Amazon from someone else. Either in the sense that Amazon bought it and is reselling it, or in the sense that they have their, you know, marketplace partnerships shit going on. So, like, the streaming service is pretty much the same. They're just trying to establish themselves as a Steam competitor, basically. Which, you know, I'm all for. I mean, not necessarily specifically for Amazon doing it, but for Steam having more competition, we could use that. Thank you. And at this point,
well,
only
I
the big
mean, every
companies
time
really
they do
the
have
clout to,
like
every
it's
time-
just I'm just thinking about when people got all pissy about the Epic Game Store being a
Well, 'cause
thing.
you
People
have- because
people
you
got
have-
pissy about the Epic Game Store doing DRM bullshit and exclusivity. So
DRM
yeah.
bullshit, just buying up exclusives instead of doing anything particularly noteworthy on their own and just having a site that sucks.
Yeah, you know, it takes like a decade for the goddamn Epic Game Store app to load whenever I open it on my PC. It's really goddamn annoying. But yeah, like honestly, the best competition that Steam has at this point in time is still GOG, which is unfortunate because GOG's DRM free policy makes them an undesirable option for most game developers unless it's an older game. So, like, basically the only new games you're going to see on GOG are indies, their own stuff, and very occasionally a major development might take a risk on them, but not very much.